Social media.
Social media.
Social media addiction.
Some people are worried they are becoming addicted.
The average person spends 2.5 hours a day on social media. That adds up to 38 days a year. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and now BeReal took over the world last year, but I absolutely hate it. So today I'm gonna finally download BeReal to see what the fuss is all about, all while learning about how social media has changed our lives for better and for worse. For starters, I wanna know how social media got so addictive. Back when I was a kid, we would chat on MSN and do video calls on Skype, but it was not all day every day. So I did some digging and found studies that absolutely blew my mind. The Wall Street Journal published an internal research study done by Facebook on the impacts of Instagram on its youngest users. And it's bad. Like really, really bad. 40% of teens reported that Instagram use has directly made them feel unattractive. A majority of teens said that they wanted to reduce their Instagram use but simply couldn't. And finally, they also stated that since installing Instagram, the rates of anxiety and depression that they experienced went up drastically. All of this led Facebook to determine that Instagram had a worse impact on mental health than other apps like Snapchat and TikTok. So this is all really bad, but it only gets worse from here. For the last couple years, Mark Zuckerberg has been publicly telling Congress that their research was, quote, proprietary. He never shared any of this data, and according to Facebook, they've had this info for 2 whole years now. So we know that Instagram specifically has had bad effects on our mental health, but that's just one platform. What about the rest? Back to the days of MSN and Skype, this is what a high-tech portable device looked like. We were very limited in our screen time and equally limited in app choices and functionalities. Fast forward to a couple years ago when Twitter added Fleets, their story-like feature, and everyone was joking that soon Excel would be adding stories to their platform. That joke came about because every app became so overbloated with features that it was almost overwhelming to even use one of them. Personally, for me, I hate all the apps that I have on my phone nowadays. I've been on a mission to reduce my screen time below 4 hours a day, and it gets so hard when people are contacting you on all these platforms all day. So I muted apps like TikTok. Whereas before you could log on to MSN and chat with someone for an hour or two and then send the traditional GTG message, nowadays everything is different. There is no BRB, there is no GTG, it's just a perpetual, never-ending flow of messages and notifications from platforms you probably don't even want to use that much. Okay, so with all of that being said, this is where BeReal comes in. So I figured that while I'm here downloading the app, which I misspelled entirely, I would tell you guys about why I don't like the app at all. Basically, I've been in a ton of social settings where people get the BeReal notification and everyone just like ignores everything in their surroundings to take a photo and look at what their friends are doing. So whereas it's supposed to create authenticity, it actually just makes people more dependent on the app. So my experience has ruined conversations and connections that I'm having with people in real life, and I don't really love that. What is the concept of BeReal? That's another thing that we should look at here. Basically, you get one notification every single day and you have 2 minutes to post the photo from both your front and your back camera before the app marks it as a late post. And then all your friends are also posting at the exact same time. So now I really didn't want to get this app, but let's make an account. My name is Ben. I like straight up don't want to add anyone because I know I don't even want to keep this app. Like I know I'm going to want to delete it after like a week or two. So take a photo of me filming. Can I zoom? I can. I got it. It's perfect for us BeReal. Does not help that I'm really bad at taking selfies, so this is just really intimidating. Well, I guess I officially am a BeRealer now. BeReal was created by 2 French entrepreneurs back in 2020. Their idea behind the design was to allow users to authentically connect with their closest friends and family. Rather than posting to the world and trying to grow an audience, the idea is instead to show who you are and what you do on a daily basis to only the people that you care the most about. By removing the performative aspects of apps like Instagram and TikTok and the filters from apps like Snapchat, it was meant to target the most authentic version of you. Additionally, there's no ads on the platform, which makes it entirely about that connection, not about consumption. Now, back in March of 2021, there was only 15,000 users on BeReal, pretty comparable to David Dobrik's app Dispo, which functioned like a disposable camera. A lot of similar apps were competing to be the Instagram killer, and over the next year and a half, BeReal won. As of October, they had over 15 million daily active users. On top of that, Andreessen Horowitz, the venture capital firm, invested $30 million into BeReal just last year. So knowing that, I'm gonna try the app out for the next 7 days and see how I feel at the end of it. So I realized that it's been like 24 hours since I got a BeReal notification. I also realized I haven't added any friends to the app yet, so I'm just really confused as to what the heck is going on with this app, to be honest with you. So I just got the Be Real notification, which is great and all, except I got it late because I always have my phone on Do Not Disturb. Kind of defeats the purpose of getting the notification, no? Be real, man, be real. So I'm on my way to get lunch and I realized that I forgot to do my Be Real again, so gotta turn my notifications on and get a Be Real done on time for once. That's the goal of this video now. Yo, it's really late, but I was just scrolling through Be Real, and now that I have friends on Be Real, I kind of understand the appeal a bit more. I have like 6 friends, and I'm probably not gonna add that many more people. Maybe I will, actually. I have more than 6 friends, but yeah, I don't know. Be Real's interesting. I don't like taking the photos, but I like seeing what everyone else is doing, which kind of is just like every other social media platform ever. Bro, I literally just missed the notification by like 25 seconds. I opened the app without even knowing that it was happening. I didn't get the notification yet again. And I just randomly happened to be on time. So I did a Be Real on time-ish. I was like 40 seconds late. But oh well. So I just took a Be Real. I'm really enjoying just like waiting for the notification. The anticipation is kind of fun, and there is definitely a bit of FOMO involved. Yeah, Be Real. I'm a Be Realer now, and I'm actually happy and proud about it. What the hell happened? Before I share my final thoughts on the app, I'm gonna tell you a bit about why I think Be Real is doomed. Historically, social media platforms have made money in one major way: advertising. Facebook dominated that industry for a while, with Instagram and Facebook ads bringing in an insane amount of revenue. You might remember that I mentioned that Be Real doesn't have ads. They also don't have an upfront cost to the app like other apps do. So how do they make money?
I say it's time to start making money from the Facebook, but Mark doesn't want to advertise you. Who's right?
Neither of you yet. The Facebook is cool, that's what it's got going for it. Yeah. You don't want to ruin it with ads because ads aren't cool. Exactly.
Following the principle of my favorite movie, The Social Network, now that they've taken on VC funding, they're going to need to make money somewhere. And advertising just isn't cool. In a more complex way of thinking, ads just simply won't work on Be Real. The Be Real app is designed in such a way that the users spend minutes a day max on the app, limiting the potential exposure that advertisers have. Ads on Twitter and Instagram are a lot more effective because people check those apps a lot more frequently throughout the day. Not to mention that building around authenticity directly contradicts the premise of advertising. Alternatively, they could charge for their app, but how likely is it that people would pay to use a social media platform when they've never done that before? There's also the question of the longevity of the Be Real app. Using the app once a day is a nice premise, but not accommodating to the world that we live in nowadays. People expect multiple interactions and updates from their friends. Authenticity as a concept is great, but it's just not fitting with how social media works nowadays. With all of that being said, assuming that the users don't get bored in a couple months and assuming they find a way to make money, what about competition? TikTok introduced TikTok Now, and Instagram introduced Duel to Stories, directly competing with Be Real. TikTok and Instagram have much larger user bases than Be Real and much higher daily screen time. Okay, with that being said, how did I actually feel about Be Real after using it for 7 days? This is actually my last day of posting the daily Be Reals, and I don't really know how I feel. And the reason for that is I have a lot of FOMO for when the notification comes, and I do get excited, but the downside to that is that's another social media that I need to pay attention to. So I think in the end, I'm going to keep Be Real for the time being, but I'm gonna fully delete TikTok and hopefully soon Snapchat off my phone. Unfortunately, there's people I talk to on there, so it's not gonna be that easy. And then I'll keep Be Real because I enjoy Be Real a lot more. Ultimately, I don't have an answer for whether Be Real is gonna last and whether Be Real is gonna take over other social medias. We like to tell ourselves that we want to use social media less, but in reality, we're not built that way anymore. FOMO's real. We want to know what our friends are doing, and I don't think that Be Real is going to take over because of that. What do you think of Be Real, and where do you think it's gonna be in a year from now? After you're done answering that question, check out this video where I conquered my fear of horror games. I'll see you guys next week.